Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Salesforce AI Champions. Today I'll be going to talk about what is the differences between the new standard designer block elements versus old standard designer, old managed package designer block elements. So before get started, please do like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel, and also please consider to take membership as sending super thanks to my channel. That will motivate me to create more technical videos. So let's get started. So in Salesforce OmniScripts, block elements are like group components, right? So we can find these edit blocks, block elements under this group section, and it is used to organize, repeat, or perform specific data driven functions within a script. So we can find these are all the group elements under this group section, and there are few differences I observed recently while configuring and working with OmniStudio block elements. So so I have already tutorials, like from scratch tutorials on the managed package designer, like how to configure edit blocks, how to configure block elements, step elements, type ahead blocks element. So I'll be adding those tutorial links in this video description as well. So if you have not watched that video, please do check it out. So I am in currently in new standard designer. So let me just provide the context and provide the high level overview what is currently it is doing. Like, so I have already in the first screen, so in the first step I have a account id, simple account id. I'll just provide as an input. So this is a like text element. It will just take the Salesforce account record ID, right? So this account record ID will be provided as an input. As in the input parameter, you can see in the data source I have given like step element, then colon account ID. So this is how we can pass the account ID to the data mapper extract action. So this data mapper extract action just retrieving, like extracting account and related contact information, and we can find few mappings. So it is just retrieving the account information and those account related contact information. And if I just preview this one, like the response will be this, right? So under this account node we can find few account details, and within the account node we can find this contacts array which contains like multiple associated contacts for that account, right? So we are going to display that account information in this next step element. So in this like in this text I have just added this account text input elements, which default value is like extract data mapper extract action element name colon the colon that response that we are getting from that data mapper extract response, right? So account node colon name, since we are getting the account name like this way. So this needs to be updated. I think this should be SEC name, right? Not the name. And account type, this is the response we are getting. So this is how we can just configure our text inputs. So, and in here the main context, like in the edit blocks I have configured like under this contact node. So we can see that under this account node we can find this contact. So this element's name needs to be matched with the step element. So that is why I have provided the step element name as account node. So this is just after the data mapper extract. So I have provided the element step element name as account node, and under this account node we need to show those contacts. That is why the edit blocks element name should be contacts. This needs to be matched with the response, right, that we are getting from data mapper extract. So under this edit blocks I am just showing few contact details. If I just edit this edit block, we can find this contact name, and this again this elements name should be matched with the text input elements that we have provided under this edit blocks, right? And there are few configurations that we have already seen, like while configuring edit blocks, like this many fields will be shown into that UI of the edit blocks while displaying the data. for like editing, we can just invoke we can use a simple remote actions, and we can just use the by default out of the box classes like default omniscript edit block. This class we can just use, and under this class we can find this remote method edit. So we can just place this remote action within the edit block, and it is applicable for like new and update and delete as well, right? So I have already covered these topics in my earlier tutorials on edit blocks, so that I'll be just adding into this into this video description. And if you want me to provide like scratch development for these components as well, please comments. So I have shown those tutorials in the means in velocity manage package org, right? So this is a standard org. So, and let me just show you the UI, and then we get started with the changes for block elements that I have observed recently. So let me just provide an account ID. So I have copied the account ID. So this is one account ID, and let me just click on, after providing the account ID, we can just click on next, and we can see this is account name. It's showing like account name, account type, then website, and under this accounts we can find these related contacts, right? So these are the related contacts for the account. We can create a new account, a new contact as well for this contact, and we can edit the contacts as well by clicking on edit. So I am not going to do that. So let me just click on design again, and let me just entirely delete this edit block. So now we want to use the block element, right? So in here, so instead of edit blocks, we are going to use this block element, right? So in the block element name should be contacts. Again, I am not going to change the steps since the contacts are within the step only. So the step element name should be account node as it is, and under this account we can display this account information as earlier. Now we just need to configure the block element. In here the block element name should be contacts, and we can provide any label for this label as contact blocks. Since this is label, no need to use that like underscore or separation. We can use like as it is label. So now we can configure the input elements, right? Email, account ID, con ID, name. So we can just use like text element, simple text element as well. We can use the email element as well, but for the time being I'm just making it simple. So we are going to use the email, and this node name needs to be matched with the data mapper response, right? So I'll just simply clone it, and I'll just copy the account ID, con account ID, and finally we can just use the contact name. So this is how we can just make it configured, and we can just click on collapsible, and let me just preview. Then I'll going to discuss about what is the change I have seen recently in this block element. And in here, let me just provide the account ID again. So this is the account ID. I'll just click on next, and by default it is collapsed. I'll just expand it, and we can see that only one element is being shown, right? So this is how we can configure that. Means that is why we need to configure repeat settings in the block element, but at UI level we can't see the repeat settings as earlier we can see in old manage package designer. We can see clone elements as well, like copy elements, ask user to confirm block deletions. We can see conditional view, right? But we can't see the repeat settings option. That is why we are seeing only one element name out of many, right? So we have more than one contacts, right, associated with that account. So in that case, we just need to click on this edit at JSON of the block, and in here we can find this repeat. So repeat option is by default as showing as false, right? So this repeat UI settings was earlier available in the UI interface was there in the manage package designer. So if you see my old videos on like on manage package designer on the block elements, you can see that repeat settings option was there, but it is not there in the new standard designer. So that is the major difference, and we need to manually make it to true. So repeat option we just manually made it to true so that we can display multiple elements, right? So after updating this one, we can just see like this add button is now available. So we can just click on preview again, and I'll just going to use one account ID, and we can see that these contacts are showing, right? So these many contacts are showing, and we can add or delete these contact records as well, right? So it will not work as it is since the remote actions are not configured. That is why we can't like add or delete them. That will not reflect in the S object structure, but we can configure, right? So if you see my old videos, which are available in the description, tutorial links are available. You will see like we can configure remote actions as well to make these add delete options active, right? So this is one major difference I see in the block properties. That is why making this video. So that's all for today's demo. I'll be uploading more tutorials on Salesforce OmniStudio Data Cloud topics. So please stay tuned. And if you like this video, please do like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.